Hi, folks. Hi. You ever notice how the Germans always speak English in World War II stories? Well, when I was young, I didn't know they actually were supposed to be speaking a different language. I just assumed they were some kind of alt history English speakers. Well, anyway, I'm just trying to make up for the witticism we lost because this is the third time I'm trying to record a writing session, so you missed quite a bit here. But let's see, let's just continue from here like nothing happened. For some reason I got quite a laugh from Manning. Hold out. Hold on, hang on. Things are not as bleak as they were before. Manning reassured. Yeah. Carlos muttered. I didn't feel the urge, the need to contradict him. Seeing all those mortars fall and kill men, and the march of the enemy golems. It was like this was what Carlos imagined the 1 month war was like. Where the Jade just ran wild over all the Allied units, even the ones the best equipped, most veteran people made up of guys like himself, I would suppose. Quite a thing to go through all that war, all that fighting, and just end up dead anyway. Hopefully they keep coming at us in small groups like this. Vince said. Carlos. I mean, they keep doing that. We'll win eventually. Until we run out of ammo. Carlos replied grimly. Or they just bring up 4 guys at once. We get wiped out. Yeah. Vince muttered. Thought it was your job. It was your job to say encouraging things like that. Like this. You want encouraging. Talk to a therapist. Talk to a therapist. Talk to the rapist. Vince, Carl suggested. Joked. Yeah, joke. That's a joke. We got jokes. I'm not of the view that World War II was a civil war. For God's sakes. These countries, it's not like war between states. They're different countries. You take France, Germany, Italy. 3 wildly different countries, even though they're all the same place, and they are most majority white people, majority Christian. So, you know. Bad logic, why not just say every war was a civil war in history? Historians can be surprisingly dumb sometimes. Minutes later, Carlos and Vince saw things were heating up at the perimeter with lots of Jade of Zedin golems showing up as reinforcements. It was definitely a bloody fight. With units on both sides getting destroyed in battle every minute. It looked like a war of attrition. Keep pushing them back, guys. Carlos muttered. We'll provide backup. up when you push them back a bit. A bit earlier at the forest beyond the perimeter. The youngest of the Jade pilots, Zanka Hiru, was Hero, that's Cap. That's Cap. Was sent by Belza to clear up an enemy position near a bridge not far at the edge of the woods. Would have taken about a day to recover that distance. Would have been taking about an hour to cover that distance on foot. But it seemed like it only took the golem a few strides to reach the enemy and come under serious fire. Zanka was fond of Belza, which was a pretty Jade-sounding name, even if it was Bloodconic. A lot of guys had reservations. Reservations, is that the right word? Yeah. About being led by Belza, who not only was a woman, but was a foreigner, a bloodkin. And many of the older pilots, or the pilots, had lost family members fighting the bloodkins in their native, in Bloodka and other parts of Europe. Bloodkins were masters of guerrilla warfare. Responsible for many terrorist acts. They better give this its own paragraph. They even assisted and protected Dominique Vert, their most hated enemy. The one who cost them their 1,000-year Reich. Reich is capitalized, huh? I'm sure Hitler would have preferred it to always be capitalized. And what about titles that have Reich in them, like Reich Chancellor, Reichsführer? Many of those words from World War II. I heard that Reich means realm, not empire, like a lot of people think, so... like Knight's Realm, something like that. I don't know. It does sound pretty interesting. That the Nazis thought of themselves as like a knighthood or a kingdom or something. That's what they definitely... that was definitely all that esoteric stuff, the Nazis. Let's see. Not that they're Nazis in this universe, they're something else. It wasn't the Nazis that ruined Germany. Ran Germany, ruined Germany, same thing. Let's see. Copper knockdown. Belza had never killed Jade soldiers. She was always... He had fought the Allies and was one of the Jade Undergrounds. Is that capitalized? Not so far. John's most dedicated soldiers. Zanka heard she had a body count. She had quite a body count. Though she didn't have body count. He assumed her nickname, like Blitz. Assumed as such when she had He had a nickname like Blitz. Blitz Lightning. Nickname of Blitz. Zenka would have to do to move mountains to catch up to her. This was his first time out. He would do his best. He planned on giving it nothing less than his best. All those lost souls. Zenka muttered, sounding about 10 years older than he was for a moment. I'm here to avenge them and to send them company. Some Zetan pigs as company. The enemy force before Zenka was impressive. Would have been nothing to sneeze at. For infantry. But for a Jade Golem loaded up with. For a Jade Golem, it wasn't much. Only a danger if he got cocky. And Zenka was not cocky. Not Bukaki. No, that's not it. Not cocky for his first. Would not be cocky for his first outing. The enemy force include heavy attack copter, two heavy tanks, some various armored vehicles, including M113s and some half-tracks. It looked like they were from World War III. World War III is World War II in this universe. World War II in this universe was a big war in South America involving communists and some other people. The opposite of communists, capitalists. Just trying to prevent their countries from falling into the misery of communism. Let's see. Various including this and enemy infantry. Many of them in tankmen and armored suits. Not that either of those, not that armored infantry could survive taking 80mm shell to the face. At least not yet. Technology was always advancing, but there'd always be no vehicle, no weapon system could remain invulnerable forever. Probably don't need that line. Yep, delete. I'm getting too wordy. I should talk as laconically as possible, like it's Charles Bronson writing this book. I wonder what kind of writer Charles Bronson would have been if he was a writer. I heard he was a very romantic type. I wonder if he was stoic in real life as he was in his various movies. It's probably not. Yeah, a lot of tragedy in his life, the poor guy. Knocked down. The copper was the biggest threat. And it showed itself. And it showed how. Showed this off by firing off several volleys of rockets, heavy MG fire at Zenka's golem. Zenka dodged the rockets. Some missile was launched next. A heat-seeking type. It exploded against Zenka's right shoulder, knocking him back. Knocking him back. He lost the ability to move that whole arm for a moment. But then the backup generators and redundant motor systems kicked in. He could move that arm like there was no problem. He was sure if he was some poor grunt shot in the shoulder by some full metal jacket round, he would wish he could just move that arm like there was no problem. Bastard. Zanka growled and fired 2 shots. 2 shots with his 80mm. The golem was anti-air rounds might have been best for knocking that bird from the sky. Would have been good. Nice if it crashed right into the enemy position. Would have been nice. Would have been nice to knock it from the sky and send it crashing to an enemy position. Instead, his second shot connected right with the front of the copter, and it was over then. The crew probably died so quick they didn't know what hit them. The whole interior filling with flame, and the exterior soon covered in it as well. There was a terrible explosion, and the copter cracked in half, then fourths. Pieces of it pumped through the air like a rain of metal, or burning metal. Yeah, Burning Metal is the cover of my new album. That's the song everyone wants to play. I think I didn't waste time celebrating that win. Victory. What was knocking a copter from the sky anyway, when you were a golem? You were expected of a lot more, golem pilot. You were expected of a lot more than that. You had to... couldn't just knock one bird out and call it a day. Zanka opened up on the tanks next, which were probably loaded with special AG rounds. Their volleys missed, and they fired seemingly simultaneously. Almost. Volleys missed, and Zanka got relocated down the way, firing off. I should note that he was 15 meters away. 15 meter away, check. Just a second. Firing off 5. Lining up 10 shots in a row. Blowing up the first of the heavy tanks. The tanks which took 5 of those shots. An 80mm tank round could have killed any of those tanks. Either tank with 1 shot. So it was overkill. The other 5 shots miss. The other 5 shots missed. The tank, the second tank, missed the tanks, but landed among infantry, and Zanka saw them flying through the air here, like, I almost saw many flying through the air in an almost graceful manner. And when they hit the ground, they were dead. They were quite immobile. One last tank. And you guys are sunk. Zanka muttered. Okay, I think that's enough for today. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.